Welcome to the Chill Stoic, the podcast where we unlock ancient secrets to thrive in our chaotic modern world. Have you ever felt overwhelmed, adrift in a sea of endless demands and uncertainties? What if the answer to finding your inner peace and resilience was discovered over 2,000 years ago? Join us as we explore Stoicism, an age-old philosophy as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome and Greece. It's not about suppressing emotions, but understanding and managing them to lead a fulfilling life. Today, we're diving deep, uncovering timeless wisdom that can transform not just how we think, but how we live. Let's begin with the first pillar of Stoicism, focusing on what's in your control. Part 1. The power of control. We've all been there, stuck in traffic, fuming, or scrolling through social media, only to be upset by a negative comment. It feels like our days are a series of tests, challenging our mood and peace of mind. But what if there was a game-changing perspective to turn that frustration on its head? Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in ancient Greece and Rome, offers us a powerful tool, the ability to focus solely on what is within our control. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus profoundly stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This isn't just ancient wisdom, it's a principle echoed in modern psychology. Consider this: traffic, bad weather, or negative comments are all outside our sphere of influence. No matter how much we wish, we cannot change them. However, what we can change is our reaction to them. As the renowned psychologist Carl Jung famously said, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." This perfectly aligns with the Stoic practice of recognizing that our true power lies only in our own reactions, thoughts, and action. Imagine you're caught in a traffic jam, running late for an important meeting. You could spend that time consumed by anger, honking your horn and stressing out, none of which will make the cars move any faster. Or you could take a deep breath, accept the situation, and use the time to listen to a podcast, an audiobook, or simply enjoy some music. The external situation remains unchanged, but your internal response has shifted, leading to lower stress levels and a brighter outlook on your day. This core Stoic principle extends far beyond mere traffic or weather. It applies to our personal goals, our interactions with others, and our approach to life's many obstacles. As Marcus Aurelius, another towering figure in Stoicism, wisely reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, the next time you feel yourself getting worked up over something beyond your control, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, then consciously choose to let it go. Focus your energy on your reaction, your mindset, and your actions. This simple shift can have a profound impact on your stress levels and overall happiness, allowing you to not just survive life's challenges, but to truly thrive in spite of them. Part 2. Embracing obstacles as opportunities. Stoicism presents a radical idea, embracing obstacles not as barriers but as opportunities. This sounds counterintuitive in a world that often teaches us to avoid difficulties. Yet Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus urge us to flip the script. When life throws a curveball, instead of asking, "Why me?" they encourage us to ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective is a true game changer. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor whose private journals became the renowned Meditations, penned a powerful truth: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This isn't just poetic philosophy. It means that every obstacle, no matter how daunting, not only tests our resilience, but also serves as a profound teacher, revealing valuable lessons. It's about cultivating the wisdom to find the silver lining in tough situations and using it as fuel for our growth. This perspective isn't confined to ancient texts. It resonates with modern psychological thought. Carl Jung, for instance, once stated, "What you resist persists." When we fight against obstacles, we inadvertently give them more power over us. However, by accepting them and actively seeking what they can teach us, we empower ourselves to overcome them. This Stoic mindset is a blueprint for transforming challenges into stepping stones, leading us toward becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable individuals. Let's apply this practically. Imagine you're facing a string of rejections from job applications. It's easy to spiral into self-pity and doubt. But what if each rejection was viewed as crucial feedback? Perhaps there's a skill you need to develop, or a new strategy for your job search you hadn't considered. This profound shift in perspective can turn a series of setbacks into a focused path for professional development and genuine improvement. Or consider personal conflicts. Uncomfortable and stressful, yes, but also invaluable opportunities to practice patience, empathy, and refined communication skills. Every disagreement, when viewed through this lens, becomes a chance to understand different viewpoints and hone our abilities to resolve conflict constructively. The essence of embracing obstacles lies in the simple yet profound question, what can this situation teach me? By adopting this mindset, we move from being passive victims of circumstance to active learners and problem solvers. This doesn't magically make obstacles easy, but it ensures we approach them with a mindset geared for growth and learning. Epictetus' timeless adage, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," encapsulates the very heart of this Stoic wisdom. It's about looking beyond immediate pain or frustration and unearthing the lessons and opportunities an obstacle presents. So, when faced with your next challenge, large or small, pause, reframe it. Ask how it can make you stronger and wiser. Remember, obstacles are not merely hurdles to overcome, they are indeed opportunities to grow. By internalizing this Stoic mindset, we can navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with far greater grace, resilience, and wisdom. Part 3. Living in the present moment. Live in the now. We hear it all the time, but what does it truly mean, and why is it so profoundly important? Living in the present moment means fully embracing and experiencing exactly where you are at this very second. It's about preventing your mind from wandering to the anxieties of tomorrow or the regrets of yesterday. It's recognizing that life, in all its beauty, challenges, and surprises, unfolds only in the now. This concept is far from new. It has been a foundational cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, echoed by luminaries like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, and consistently reiterated by modern psychologists and spiritual teachers. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, once advised, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." He understood that the immense power of living in the present lies in its ability to ground us, to quiet the relentless mental noise, and to allow us to truly appreciate the inherent richness of life as it unfolds. Why is it so challenging to stay present? Our minds are often cluttered with thoughts, worries about what's next, or endlessly replaying things that have already happened. This constant mental chatter pulls us away from the inherent beauty and immense potential of the here and now. As the famous psychologist Carl Jung astutely observed, the least of things with a meaning is worth more in life than the greatest of things without it. Living in the present moment imbues meaning into the smallest, most ordinary everyday experiences, enriching our lives beyond measure. Aristotle also spoke of the vital importance of being mindful of the present to achieve eudaimonia, a state of true happiness, health, and prosperity. He believed that by focusing our attention on the here and now, we could live a virtuous life, making the absolute most of our human experience. So, how do we cultivate the practice of living in the present? It begins with mindfulness, the art of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When you eat, truly savor each bite. When you walk, consciously notice the feeling of the ground beneath your feet. Listen actively when someone speaks to you, rather than mentally rehearsing your next response. These simple acts of mindfulness gently bring us back to the present, making our lives demonstrably richer and more meaningful. Seneca offered this profound wisdom. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. He understood that anxiety about what's to come or remorse about what has been only serves to diminish our happiness in the now. Living in the present is not about ignoring the future or forgetting the past. It's about finding a harmonious balance where we learn from our past and plan for our future without allowing those activities to consume our present. It is in this delicate balance that we discover true peace and contentment. Remember, every single moment is an opportunity to reset and refocus on the now. It is exclusively in the present that we truly live, love, and create lasting memories. Let us make a conscious, dedicated effort to be more present in our lives. Let us cherish the now, for this very moment is truly where life happens. Part 4. Building self-discipline. The phrase self-discipline often conjures images of rigid schedules and a life devoid of spontaneity or fun. But let's fundamentally reshape that perception. Self-discipline is not about restricting your life. It is about profoundly empowering yourself to make choices that align with your deepest values and long-term aspirations. It's about consciously choosing what is genuinely right for you, not merely what is easy in the moment. At its very core, building self-discipline is about achieving mastery over ourselves. It's the strength to say yes to things that truly serve our highest good and affirm no to things that don't, even when the latter is incredibly challenging. Think about it. Whether it's consistently sticking to a workout routine, mindfully saving money instead of impulse buying, or turning off Netflix to focus on an important project, these choices may not deliver instant gratification. However, they meticulously pave the way for long-term satisfaction and sustainable success. Stoic philosophy offers profound insights into self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a paramount Stoic philosopher, famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." This incredibly powerful statement encapsulates the very essence of self-discipline. It's about controlling our impulses, managing our emotions, and directing our actions despite the myriad external temptations and distractions that life inevitably throws our way. Seneca, another luminary, offers wisdom on this subject, advising us to be steadfast and to control our desires rather than allowing ourselves to be controlled by them. He understood that true freedom stems from within, from our inherent ability to govern ourselves and our appetites. But why is self-discipline so critically important? Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, sheds vital light on this. He believed that we achieve excellence and virtue primarily through habit. By consistently practicing self-discipline, we cultivate powerful habits that steadily lead us toward becoming our very best selves. It's not about occasional, heroic acts of willpower, but about consistently making choices that fundamentally reflect our values and overarching goals. Building self-discipline also deeply intertwines with modern psychological understanding. Carl Jung, a pioneering figure in psychology, emphasized the profound importance of integrating all aspects of our personality to live a truly full and complete life. This integration undeniably requires self-discipline, as we must navigate the often conflicting desires of different parts of our psyche, consciously choosing paths that contribute to our holistic well-being and sustained growth. So, how can we effectively build self-discipline in our daily lives? Start small. Identify just one area you wish to improve, whether it's your diet, your exercise routine, or your spending habits. Set clear, achievable goals and commit to taking it one day at a time. Remember, every single time you make a choice that aligns with your goals, you are actively building the muscle of self-discipline. Epictetus reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. Self-discipline is meticulously built through small, consistent actions. It's about tangible progress, not an unattainable perfection. Every day presents new opportunities to practice self-discipline, to choose actions that incrementally move us closer to the person we aspire to be. Building self-discipline is a profound journey. It's about finding that crucial balance between what we desire now and what we desire most in the long run. It's about making choices that might be difficult in the moment, but will ultimately bring us closer to our goals, lasting happiness and inner peace. Let us commit to this journey together, supporting one another in consistently choosing what is right, not merely what is easy. Remember, in the realm of self-discipline lies the undeniable path to achieving our deepest dreams and truly living a life we profoundly love. Part 5. Developing emotional resilience. When life inevitably throws its curveballs, a whirlwind of emotions is a natural human response. Feeling angry, sad, or frustrated is an inherent part of the human experience. However, here's the crucial distinction. It's not simply about the emotions we feel, but about how we handle them. That's where the transformative power of emotional resilience comes into play. Emotional resilience is akin to a superpower, enabling us to navigate through life's inevitable storms with grace, emerging stronger on the other side. It's about acknowledging our emotions, understanding their roots, and then taking proactive, positive steps to move forward, rather than being swept away by the overwhelming tide of our feelings. The Stoics had a profound understanding of this. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, offered this powerful reminder: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This profound insight touches the very essence of emotional resilience. It's the recognition that while we may lack control over external occurrences, we possess absolute control over our response to them. Our emotions, therefore, need not dictate our actions. Seneca, another venerable Stoic, provides wisdom on facing adversity without losing our composure. He teaches that life's hardships are not merely burdens, but crucial tests of our character and resilience. By confronting our feelings with understanding and patience, we can cultivate wisdom and inner strength. So, how do we actively develop this invaluable emotional resilience? It begins with profound self-awareness. Being mindful of our emotions and our typical reactions allows us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. It is perfectly acceptable to feel what we are feeling. However, instead of reacting impulsively, we can choose to respond in a way that truly aligns with our core values and our long-term well-being. Aristotle's concept of the golden mean, finding the balance between excess and deficiency, applies beautifully to emotional resilience. It's about discovering a balanced, adaptive response to our emotions, neither suppressing them entirely nor allowing them to overwhelm us. Carl Jung, a pioneer in psychology, emphasized the importance of integrating all aspects of our psyche to achieve wholeness. A vital part of this integration involves confronting our emotions, understanding their origins, and learning valuable lessons from them. This process lies at the very heart of developing robust emotional resilience. What practical steps can you take when you find yourself in the grip of strong emotions? First, grant yourself permission to truly feel. Acknowledge your emotions without judgment. Then, take a deliberate step back and attempt to understand what specifically triggered these feelings. This self-reflection can provide invaluable insights into your emotional patterns and recurring triggers. Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This serves as a powerful reminder that our reactions to our emotions fundamentally shape our experiences. Instead of being purely reactive, we can consciously choose to respond in a way that is constructive and healing. Developing emotional resilience is an ongoing journey. It involves consistently practicing mindfulness, engaging in self-reflection, and cultivating patience. It's about building a diverse toolkit of healthy coping strategies, such as journaling, confiding in a trusted friend, or practicing relaxation techniques. Most importantly, it's about treating yourself with unwavering kindness and compassion as you navigate the complex landscape of your emotions. Emotional resilience is not about never experiencing negative emotions. It's about learning to ride the waves of those emotions with grace and emerging on the other side stronger and more self-aware. By actively developing emotional resilience, we empower ourselves to face life's challenges with courage and poise, ultimately leading a more fulfilling life. Part 6. Memento Mori. Remember you will die. Memento Mori. Remember you will die. This profound concept, embraced by Stoics including Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, was not intended to instill fear, but rather to inspire a deeper, more conscious appreciation for every precious moment. They believed that by keeping the inevitability of death in mind, we would live more fully, more consciously, and with immense gratitude for the present. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the transient nature of life, urging us to live in a way that is true to our deepest values and to make the absolute most of the time we are given. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think, he wrote. This isn't about being morbid. It's a powerful call to action. It's a reminder to focus on what truly matters, to release petty concerns, and to live each day with unwavering purpose and integrity. Seneca, too, spoke extensively about the shortness of life, passionately urging us not to squander time on trivialities, but to concentrate our energy on creating a meaningful existence. He firmly believed that being mindful of death encourages us to live more wisely and to cherish our relationships and experiences with greater intensity. Epictetus further emphasized the critical importance of focusing on the present moment and making the best possible use of our time. By remembering that our time on this earth is finite, we are far more likely to live ethically, consciously, and to appreciate the profound beauty and richness of life itself. But how can we incorporate memento mori into our own lives without it feeling like a dark cloud perpetually hanging over our heads? It begins with a fundamental shift in our perspective. Instead of perceiving the awareness of death as something fearful, we can view it as an incredibly powerful motivator to live our lives to their absolute fullest. It's about wholeheartedly embracing the present, not perpetually postponing our dreams or happiness for some undefined, uncertain future that is never guaranteed. Think about the things you've been procrastinating on, perhaps pursuing a long-held passion, reconnecting with loved ones, or simply taking time to appreciate the small, everyday joys. Memento mori serves as a stark reminder not to take our time for granted. It passionately encourages us to live more authentically, to speak our truth, to love openly, and to be profoundly present in every aspect of our lives. This concept also deeply teaches us to appreciate the inherent impermanence of life, which, in turn, profoundly deepens our gratitude for the moments we are given. When we consciously remember that our time is limited, we are far more likely to cherish our experiences, to live more mindfully, and to express our sincere gratitude for the people and moments that truly enrich our lives. So, let us employ memento mori, not as a source of fear, but as a potent catalyst for personal growth, profound gratitude, and a deeper, more profound appreciation of life. Let it constantly remind us to make choices that are in alignment with our deepest values, to cherish our relationships with unwavering devotion, and to savor the exquisite beauty of the present moment. Remembering that we will die one day powerfully encourages us to live more fully today. In embracing memento mori, we discover a powerful reminder to live not in fear of death, but in a vibrant celebration of life. Let us make every single moment count, not out of fear of its eventual end, but because we are utterly in love with life itself. Let's live in a way that when our time does come, we can look back with no regrets, knowing we lived fully, loved deeply, and appreciated the incredible journey that life truly is. Part 7. Practicing Gratitude. It's truly fascinating how such a seemingly simple concept as gratitude can have such a profound impact on our lives. It's about consciously shifting our focus to what we possess rather than habitually dwelling on what we lack. This practice can be an absolute game changer, especially on those days that feel like an arduous uphill battle. The Stoics, wise beyond measure, had a great deal to say about gratitude. They firmly believed that true happiness doesn't originate from accumulating more possessions, but rather from genuinely appreciating what we already have. Marcus Aurelius often wrote extensively about the vital importance of focusing on the present moment and finding joy in the simplest of things. He famously said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. This is gratitude in its purest form. Recognizing the inherent value of life itself and the countless gifts it generously offers us each day, Seneca talked about how our insatiable desires can often lead us astray, constantly chasing after more and never truly finding lasting satisfaction. He suggested that by focusing on what we already have and deeply understanding that the most valuable things in life are already within our grasp, we can discover genuine contentment. Epictetus, renowned for his practical approach to Stoic philosophy, encouraged his followers to profoundly appreciate their current circumstances, whatever they might be. He believed that by accepting and finding inherent value in our present situation, we could live a far more fulfilled life. But how do we consistently practice gratitude, especially when life relentlessly throws us curveballs? It begins with making it a consistent daily habit. Each morning or evening, dedicate just a few minutes to consciously reflect on 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. It could be as simple as a warm cup of coffee, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, or the breathtaking beauty of a sunset. This consistent practice actively helps to rewire our brains to naturally focus on the positive, significantly boosting our mood and overall outlook on life. Gratitude also means embracing the challenges we face and actively seeking the valuable lessons embedded within them. Instead of lamenting, "Why is this happening to me?" we can shift our perspective and ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" This fundamental shift in perspective can transform both good and bad experiences into valuable stepping stones on our personal journey. Furthermore, practicing gratitude helps us forge stronger, more meaningful connections with others. By sincerely expressing appreciation for the people in our lives, we not only brighten their day, but also profoundly strengthen our relationships. A simple, heartfelt thank you can go an incredibly long way in showing someone that they are valued and deeply loved. Aristotle spoke about the importance of recognizing the good in our lives and continuously striving for a virtuous existence. He believed that gratitude was a foundational component of achieving eudaimonia, or true happiness, as it enables us to appreciate the inherent goodness around us and within ourselves. Even modern psychology unequivocally supports the myriad benefits of gratitude. Numerous studies have consistently shown that individuals who regularly practice gratitude experience less anxiety, enjoy better sleep quality, and maintain a more consistently positive outlook on life. As Carl Jung famously said, "The word happiness would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness." By acknowledging and being genuinely grateful for the full spectrum of our experiences, both joyful and challenging, we discover a deeper, more authentic form of happiness. So let's make gratitude a cornerstone of our daily lives. Let's celebrate the small victories, cherish the moments of connection, and find profound joy in the simple pleasures. By consciously focusing on what we have, not what we're missing, we can cultivate an abundant sense of happiness that truly radiates from within. Remember, it's not happiness that spontaneously brings us gratitude. It is gratitude that consistently brings us happiness. Let's fill our glasses half full, raise them high, and toast to the beautiful, transformative power of gratitude in our lives. Cheers to finding the silver lining, even on the cloudiest of days. Part 8. Focusing on personal excellence. The Stoics possessed a profound understanding of personal excellence. They believed that excellence, or virtue, is the sole true good, and that every action we undertake should be aimed towards living a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, serves as a prime example of someone who relentlessly strove for personal excellence. He once declared, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This simple yet incredibly powerful statement encapsulates the very essence of personal excellence. It's about embodying the values we deeply admire and consistently striving to live by them every single day. Seneca emphasized the vital importance of continuous self-improvement and unwavering commitment to learning. He passionately advocated for a life lived in accordance with nature and reason, suggesting that true excellence emanates from within and is authentically reflected in our actions and choices. Epictetus further highlighted the indispensable role of personal responsibility in achieving excellence. He taught that our reactions, our emotions, and our will are entirely within our control, and that mastering them is the ultimate key to living a life of profound virtue. But what does this focused pursuit of personal excellence truly look like in our day-to-day lives? It begins with setting personal standards that are deeply rooted in our own values and aspirations, rather than being dictated by fleeting societal expectations or the achievements of others. It's about developing an intimate self-acknowledge, understanding our unique strengths and weaknesses, and then taking consistent, deliberate steps towards continuous improvement. Personal excellence is also profoundly about resilience. It's defined by how we respond to setbacks and failures, not merely by our successes. As Aristotle famously articulated, excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. See Site 44. This means wholeheartedly embracing challenges as invaluable opportunities to learn and grow, rather than perceiving them as insurmountable obstacles. Moreover, focusing on personal excellence inherently involves cultivating a growth mindset, a concept powerfully championed by modern psychology. It's the unwavering belief that our abilities and intelligence can be continually developed and enhanced through dedicated effort and consistent hard work. This mindset vigorously encourages us to embrace challenges, persist resolutely in the face of setbacks, and view effort itself as the direct path to mastery. Personal excellence also necessitates living authentically. It's about remaining true to ourselves and our core values, even when it's undeniably difficult. It's about making choices that genuinely reflect who we are and who we aspire to be, including both the struggles and the triumphs. Practicing gratitude, as we discussed earlier, deeply intertwines with personal excellence. By appreciating what we have and acknowledging where we are on our journey, we foster a positive outlook that powerfully supports our growth and overall well-being. So let us commit wholeheartedly to focusing on personal excellence. Let's bravely set our own standards, embrace our unique paths, and take genuine pride in every step of our progress. Remember, it's not about achieving an impossible perfection. It's about being profoundly proud of who we are and how we choose to live. It's about celebrating our efforts, learning from every experience, and always relentlessly striving to be the very best versions of ourselves. Together, let's make personal excellence not merely a distant goal, but a lived, vibrant way of life. Part 9. Not caring what others think. In a world increasingly saturated with social media, where likes, follows, and comments often disproportionately dictate our self-worth, it's incredibly easy to fall into the insidious trap of valuing ourselves through the fluctuating lens of others' opinions. But here's a profoundly liberating truth. Your inherent worth is absolutely not based on external validation. It's about being fundamentally true to yourself, wholeheartedly embracing your authenticity, and living in unwavering alignment with your own core values. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers we consistently turn to for timeless wisdom, had a great deal to say about this crucial aspect of self-liberation. They taught that our inner peace and genuine freedom stem directly from focusing solely on what is unequivocally within our control: our actions, our thoughts, and our unwavering integrity, not the unpredictable and fleeting opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, "I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinions of others." This striking observation brilliantly highlights the paradox many of us unknowingly live with, valuing others' judgments over our own true self-assessment. Seneca powerfully echoed this sentiment by emphasizing the paramount importance of living a life true to one's self, not a life meticulously shaped by the external expectations or fleeting approval of others. He firmly believed that true contentment originates from within, from living a life that is perfectly congruent with our deeply held principles and values. Epictetus taught that worrying about others' opinions is inherently outside our sphere of control and therefore utterly unworthy of our precious energy. He passionately encouraged focusing instead on our own actions and on living virtuously, as that is precisely where our true power resides. So, how can we begin to care less about what others think, and conversely care more about being authentically true to ourselves? First, it's about profoundly understanding that you are the sole author of your life story. You possess the inherent power to define your worth, not society, not your social media followers, nor the people immediately around you. It's about firmly grounding your self-esteem in who you authentically are, the values you staunchly stand for, the kindness you genuinely spread, and the consistent effort you invest in being your very best self. Second, diligently practice self-reflection. Ask yourself candidly, whose life am I truly living? Am I making choices based on my own desires? Or am I desperately trying to squeeze myself into someone else's predetermined mold? Reflecting deeply on these crucial questions can powerfully help to realign your actions with your true, authentic self. Third, courageously embrace vulnerability. Being genuinely true to yourself inherently means being open about your flaws and all, understanding that perfection is nothing more than an alluring illusion. It's perfectly okay to be a work in progress, to make mistakes, and to diligently learn from them. This very authenticity naturally attracts the right people into your life, those who genuinely appreciate the real you in your entirety. Furthermore, remember the timeless words of Aristotle, who spoke about the golden mean, finding harmonious balance in all aspects of life. Applying this to our concern for others' opinions, it's about discovering a healthy equilibrium between constructively considering relevant feedback and fiercely maintaining our autonomy and self-worth. Incorporating a profound Stoic mindset into our daily lives means deeply understanding that our worth is determined by our virtues, our actions, and our unwavering commitment to living a meaningful life, not by fleeting external accolades or superficial approval. It's about diligently building a strong inner fortress that remains unshaken and impervious to the transient opinions of others. Let's commit to valuing ourselves for who we truly are, not for the likes, follows, or external approval we might receive. Let's be courageous in our authenticity, living lives that profoundly resonate with our deepest truths. Remember, your worth is inherent and uniquely yours, and by being true to yourself, you radiate your light in the most genuine and impactful way possible. Let's not merely navigate life, but vibrantly thrive in it, with the unwavering confidence that comes from knowing we're living authentically, perfectly aligned with our values, and fundamentally true to ourselves. Part 10. Accepting change. Here's the undeniable truth. Accepting change is not just necessary, it is absolutely vital for our continuous growth and sustained happiness. The fundamental reality of life is that the only constant is change itself. Learning to gracefully go with the flow and wholeheartedly embrace life's inevitable shifts makes navigating through them far less daunting and considerably more of an adventurous journey. The Stoics held an incredibly healthy and pragmatic perspective on change. They perceived it as a natural, integral part of the universe's ceaseless rhythm. Marcus Aurelius profoundly stated, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more actually fit your needs?" This profound acceptance of change as an intrinsic fabric of life helps us deeply understand that every single change, regardless of whether we perceive it as good or bad, holds its unique and necessary place in our personal story. Seneca taught that becoming excessively attached to our current circumstances can inevitably lead to disappointment, precisely because those circumstances are bound to change. He wisely advised us to cultivate flexibility and to internalize the understanding that change is not merely a part of life, but a fundamentally necessary component of our personal development and our long-term happiness. Epictetus encouraged us to meticulously distinguish between what we can control and what we cannot. He pointed out that while external events are largely beyond our command, our attitudes towards them are entirely within our dominion. This mindset is incredibly empowering when it comes to effectively dealing with change. It's about rigorously focusing on our responses, actively seeking the opportunities for growth embedded within the change, and resolutely moving forward with unwavering resilience. But how can we genuinely become more accepting of change? First, by profoundly acknowledging that change is absolutely inevitable. It is the natural, ceaseless order of things. Everything around us exists in a constant state of flux. Seasons change, people come and go, and even our very cells are continuously renewing themselves as we speak. Embracing change, therefore, means wholeheartedly embracing life itself. Second, by diligently practicing mindfulness. Being truly present in the moment allows us to deeply appreciate our current experiences without desperately clinging to them. This heightened awareness creates a vital space for acceptance when those experiences inevitably evolve or gracefully come to an end. Third, by actively seeking the inherent lessons within change. Every significant shift in our lives, no matter how challenging it may initially appear, invariably comes with invaluable opportunities to learn and grow. Instead of passively asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we can proactively ask, "What can I learn from this?" This powerful shift in perspective can transform the seemingly daunting challenges of change into significant stepping stones for profound personal development. Aristotle eloquently spoke about the critical importance of pursuing a virtuous life as the ultimate key to happiness. A crucial part of virtue is adaptability, the intrinsic ability to navigate life's incessant changes with grace, wisdom, and inner calm. It's about consistently finding balance and harmony amidst the relentless flux of life. Modern psychology wholeheartedly supports this Stoic approach to change, consistently viewing change as a transformative opportunity rather than a debilitating threat. This perspective can significantly reduce our stress and anxiety levels and powerfully enhance our resilience, making us far better equipped to skillfully handle whatever life relentlessly throws our way. Let's consistently remind ourselves that change is not merely something to grudgingly endure, but something to eagerly welcome as a natural, enriching, and indispensable part of our life's journey. By wholeheartedly accepting change, we profoundly open ourselves to new experiences, boundless growth, and the beautiful, continuous unfolding of our unique paths in life. Remember, going with the flow is not about passivity. It's about actively engaging with life in its full, dynamic, and wonderfully complex complexity. Let's bravely navigate the ever-shifting currents of change with unwavering courage, profound grace, and a heart wide open to the endless possibilities that change invariably brings. Part 11. Practicing compassion and empathy. Despite our apparent differences, we are all inextricably linked, navigating the complex and often challenging journey of life together. By cultivating and nurturing an understanding and genuinely caring attitude towards others, we make an invaluable contribution to shaping the world into a kinder, more loving, and more interconnected place. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who continue to enlighten us with their timeless wisdom, placed immense importance on the profound virtues of compassion and empathy. They deeply believed in the inherent interconnectedness of all human beings and taught that kindness and understanding towards others are essential aspects of living a truly virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, powerfully reminded us that human beings are fundamentally social creatures by nature, inherently meant to live in harmony and collaborative cooperation with one another. He stated, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee." This beautiful aphorism brilliantly illustrates the profound idea that our individual well-being is intrinsically and deeply linked to the collective well-being of others. Seneca passionately emphasized the paramount importance of treating others with unwavering kindness and profound generosity. He ardently argued that compassion is a natural human instinct, and that by actively helping others, we simultaneously help ourselves in profound and often unexpected ways. In his writings, Seneca courageously encouraged us to extend our empathy even to those who may have wronged us, fostering the understanding that they too are often acting out of their own struggles, limitations, and inner turmoil. Epictetus taught that we should strive to deeply understand others' perspectives, recognizing that everyone has their own complex reasons for their actions. This does not imply condoning harmful behavior, but rather approaching others with a mindset of genuine empathy, actively seeking to understand their unique experiences and viewpoints. But how can we consistently practice compassion and empathy in our daily lives? It begins with the simple yet powerful act of listening, truly, deeply listening to the stories, experiences, and feelings of those around us. It's about consciously putting ourselves in their shoes, vividly imagining their struggles, their joys, their fears, and their hopes. This profound act of understanding can effectively bridge the often perceived gap between us, fostering a powerful sense of genuine connection and shared humanity. Another potent way to cultivate compassion and empathy is through consistent acts of kindness, no matter how seemingly small. A genuine smile, a thoughtful, kind word, a patiently listening ear. These seemingly simple gestures can all make a truly significant and lasting difference in someone's day. By being fully present and attentively responsive to others, we powerfully signal that they truly matter, that their feelings and experiences are valid and profoundly important. Practicing compassion and empathy also inherently means being there for others in times of genuine need, offering unwavering support and deep understanding without judgment or reservation. It's about recognizing the inherent value and profound dignity of every single person, regardless of our differences. The ancient philosopher Aristotle spoke extensively about the paramount importance of friendship and the vital role of empathy in building strong, meaningful, and enduring relationships. He believed that true friends not only joyfully share in each other's triumphs, but also deeply share in their sorrows, consistently supporting each other with profound empathy and unwavering understanding. Modern psychology unequivocally supports the Stoic emphasis on compassion and empathy, consistently demonstrating that these virtues not only significantly enhance our relationships, but also profoundly contribute to our own emotional well-being. By genuinely caring for others, we cultivate a powerful sense of belonging, purpose, and lasting happiness in our own lives. Let's consistently remind ourselves that behind every face lies a unique story, behind every action lies a complex reason, and that by profoundly understanding and genuinely caring for each other, we actively contribute to making the world a kinder, gentler, and more compassionate place. In doing so, we not only immeasurably enrich the lives of those around us, but also discover deeper fulfillment and profound joy in our own lives. Together, let's spread kindness like confetti, creating ever-widening ripples of compassion that ultimately transform the world, one profound act of empathy at a time. Part 12. Reflecting and reviewing regularly. This crucial practice is about taking a deliberate pause, a truly meaningful pause, to look back on our actions, our thoughts, and the very paths we've consciously tread. It's about fostering profound growth, engaging in deep introspection, and consistently aligning our lives with our deepest, most cherished values. In a world that is relentlessly rushing forward, this practice serves as our essential anchor, ensuring we're not merely being swept away by the current, but are skillfully sailing in a direction that is authentically true to who we are. The Stoics, with their profound and timeless insights into human nature, placed immense value on the consistent practice of reflection. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal writings, which we now treasure as meditations, offered a masterful model of this practice. He didn't just rule an empire, he meticulously took the time to examine his life, his decisions, and his moral compass through the act of writing. He firmly believed that this consistent reflection was absolutely essential to living a life of virtue and profound purpose. "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts," he wrote, powerfully reminding us that our internal dialogue profoundly shapes our external reality. Seneca recommended regular self-assessment as a powerful way to foster continuous self-improvement and cultivate wisdom. He likened life to a grand play, suggesting that we periodically review our roles and performances. Are we acting in harmony with the character we wish to embody? Are our actions truly reflective of the script we value, the script of our very lives? Epictetus courageously encouraged his students to conclude each day with a thoughtful review of their actions and attitudes. This wasn't about harsh self-criticism, but about cultivating profound self-awareness and fostering consistent growth. He urged us to honestly ask ourselves, what did I do well? What did I do wrong? What duties did I leave undone? Through such honest and penetrating questions, we can consciously steer our lives with greater precision, making necessary adjustments that consistently bring us closer to our highest ideals. But how do we effectively incorporate this invaluable Stoic practice of reflection and review into our bustling modern lives? First, by diligently making it a non-negotiable habit. Dedicate just a few minutes each day, perhaps before bedtime, to thoughtfully reflect on your day. What were your small victories? Where did you encounter challenges, and how did you respond to them? This practice can begin as a simple mental exercise, but consistently writing it down in a journal can significantly enhance its benefits, providing you with a tangible, evolving record of your profound journey. Second, consciously utilize reflection as a powerful tool for gratitude. In reviewing your day, also make a deliberate note of the moments, no matter how seemingly insignificant, that brought you genuine joy or a sense of gratitude. This practice effectively balances our natural human tendency to overfocus on the negative, thereby cultivating a more positive and optimistic outlook on life. Third, approach this entire practice with unwavering kindness and profound compassion towards yourself. Reflection is emphatically not about harshly berating yourself for mistakes, but rather about recognizing them as invaluable opportunities for profound learning and continuous growth. Be as understanding and genuinely supportive to yourself as you would unequivocally be to a dear, trusted friend. Aristotle spoke eloquently about the paramount importance of living a reflective life. He firmly believed that true wisdom originates from deeply understanding ourselves, our actions, and our unique place in the vast tapestry of the world. This consistent reflection is the very essence of living an examined life, a life that is meticulously in accordance with virtue and true excellence. In modern psychology, the countless benefits of regular reflection are extensively well documented, consistently showing significant improvements in mental health, greater clarity of purpose, and accelerated personal growth. Reflecting on our experiences powerfully helps us process complex emotions, learn invaluable lessons from our actions, and make more informed and wise decisions moving forward. Let's commit wholeheartedly to this transformative practice of reflecting and reviewing regularly. Let it consistently be our guiding compass, ensuring that we're not merely passively experiencing life, but actively and intentionally shaping it according to our most cherished values. By consciously taking the time to look back, we gain the profound insight needed to propel ourselves forward, more aligned, more self-awares, and more deeply in tune with the very essence of who we are and who we consistently aspire to be. Let's cherish this invaluable journey of introspection, for it is truly in knowing ourselves that we ultimately find the authentic path to true fulfillment and profound joy. Each of these powerful lessons from Stoicism isn't just ancient wisdom, they are essential life hacks that can profoundly help us navigate stress, make significantly better decisions, and discover genuine peace amidst chaos. Remember, it's not the inevitable challenges along the way that ultimately define us, but the immense strength we discover in bravely facing them, the invaluable wisdom we meticulously gather, and the boundless compassion we generously share. Each deliberate step, each thoughtful reflection, each heartfelt act of kindness is a deliberate brushstroke in the magnificent masterpiece that is your life. So, let's not merely exist. Let's live vibrantly, purposefully, and authentically. As we part ways today, I profoundly encourage you not to let this inspiration merely end here on the screen. You'll find a carefully curated playlist, a treasure trove of wisdom, inspiring stories, and practical strategies designed to help you skillfully navigate life's inevitable twists and turns with grace and unwavering resilience. Click on it, dive deeper, and continue to sculpt the most authentic, powerful version of yourself. Together, let's keep growing, keep reflecting, and keep wholeheartedly embracing the beautiful complexity of life. Thank you for generously sharing this time with me. Until we meet again, remember to live not just for the applause, but for the profound cause, the cause of being your most genuine and extraordinary self. Take care, and I will see you on the next episode of our remarkable journey.